Paul, good morning. Yenda Rana here. Beautiful game in Trumpistan. This is the topic of our discussion today. Beautiful game in Trumpistan. See, sports in 2026 will be defined by Football World Cup. The last one for Messi and Ronaldo. But tragically, most of the tournament will be hosted by foreigners, hostile America. Among other potential news is Doughty Vinay Pogart's return. The Football World Cup tends to define the year in which they are held. Mention the year 1986, and it may not immediately bring to memory the worst nuclear disaster in human history, that is Chernobyl. But it is almost certain to evoke images of Maradona single-handedly winning the World Cup for Argentina. In 1998, Google was founded. In 1998, Google was founded. Bill Clinton was caught in a sex scandal and Frank Sinatra died. But that was also the year of a magical French team led by Zinedine Zidane, winning the World Cup of the first time. The people's game is remembered by its people, but will the 2026 World Cup leave behind better memories of a frying relationship between football and its followers? Whatever else may feature in the 2026 sporting calendar, for sure, FIFA World Cup expanded a massive 48 teams who will play across US, Canada and Mexico, who will eclipse everything. Yet the run-up to the mega event has already been marred news of exorbitant entry fees. Group stage tickets are priced at over 3 times that of 2022 Qatar. Dynamic pricing for matches based on their perceived popularity over flat rates like at all previous World Cups. Cheapest tickets for the final start at $4,195, more than the average monthly salary of over half of the participating nations. So instead of a festival that unites the world in celebration of the beautiful game, this World Cup wants to be an exclusive party for the global elite. Worldwide outrage has already led to FIFA announcing migratory measures, but they are nearly not enough. Other factors also dampen this World Cup. Trump's sweeping travel ban against countries includes 4 that have qualified for the tournament: Iran, Haiti, Senegal, and Ivory Coast. Travelers to US may also be asked to disclose their social media activities for the last 5 years. So on the pitch, though there will be much to celebrate, debut of tiny Caribbean island Curacao, less than third the size of Delhi, with pristine coral reefs and eponymous bitter orange liqueur epitomes. The universal reach of football, Jordan and Uzbekistan among others will also make their debuts. Traditional powerhouse remains favorites. All eyes will be on Kylian Mbappe, who is in the form of his life for Real Madrid. Many of his French teammates are in spectacular form. Michael Olise, Ousmane Dembélé, William Saliba. That France and Mbappe are favorites to repeat their 2018 term. Spain and England are bursting with talent too. This World Cup will also be a swan song for 2 of the greatest players in the history of the game. Lionel Messi at 39 will play a record 6th World Cup, extending his own record for most appearances by a player at the tournament, and Cristiano Ronaldo at 41 will also play a record 6 World Cup, and if he scores, will become the only player to have goals in 6 editions of the tournament. So beyond the Grand Old Football World Cup 2026 will see Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. एक मिनट pick up from where they left off in 2025, dominating Grand Slams. Sinner reached the finals of all slams last year and played shell card 3 of the 4. So there is plenty on offer for at least in the Olympic disciplines as well. And it is an especially significant year for Indians because there is both the Commonwealth Games, last globe, and Asian Games coming up. Just a second. The CWG will be shut off its usual self through featuring only 10 sports, down from last edition's 19. Among disciplines that got the X are those where India has dominated: wrestling, badminton, hockey and cricket. So as in the form now, it is India's women who promises to bring back lots of medals from these events, including the superb boxing contingent full of world champions like Nikat Zareen, Meenakshi Huda, Lavlina Borgohain and Jasmina Lamboria. It's also the woman who will kick off the cricketing year for our cricket crazy nations. For the first time, it will be the Women's Premier League that will start the cricket calendar. And what a pleasure it will be to watch those fabulous history-making players who won India's first World Cup in women's cricket at the 2025 Women's ODI World Cup. You know the headliners: Smriti Mandhana, Jamina Rodriguez, Safari Verma, but keep an eye on the fiery young talent coming thick and fast through the ranks. Kranti Gauta, Shri Charni are youngest players to get a WPL contract. The Indian women's nations team will try to replicate their ODI World Cup success at T20 World Cup in England in June-July, while the men will defend their T20 World Cup titles as co-hosts with Sri Lanka in February and March. Thank you very much.